Lesson of the day. It's Orania again, people. For those who don't want to hear about Orania, move along. For the rest of us, especially for those who keep going on about section 235 of the Constitution, about self-determination. So, here we go. Google to the rescue. What is section 235 of the South African Constitution regarding self-determination? So this is what it says. So this is AI, which means it's a summary, because I'm not going to sit here and read the whole, otherwise we'll be sitting here until in the afternoon. Okay, so section 235 of the South African Constitution deals with the right to self-determination. It acknowledges the right of the South African people as a whole to self-determination, but also recognizes the right of communities with a shared cultural and language heritage to self-determination within the framework of the overall right. This recognition of community level self-determination is further defined by national legislation. Okay, 3 important points there. Number 1, the rights of communities with shared cultural and language heritage within this overall right. Okay, and then also, so that one, the overall right, and the third one, this recognition of community level self-determination is further defined by national legislation. Okay, right. So then there's a detailed breakdown. I don't know if it's necessary for me to do the detailed back. Yeah, okay, I go on. The detailed breakdown. The South African people as a whole. Okay, so the Constitution asserts the right of the South African people collectively to self-determination. Then you have community self-determination. Okay, so the first one is about the whole South Africa. Community self-determination. The national right does not preclude the recognition of the right to self-determination for communities sharing common cultural and linguistic heritages, so cultural and language. The scope of community self-determination. This community level self-determination is understood within the broader context of the overall right of the South African people and is further shaped by national legislation. Note well, the broader context of the overall right of the South African people and is further shaped by national legislation. What is the national legislation? The specifics of how community self-determination may be exercised or recognized are left to be determined by national law. So the national law still overrides self-determination. But if self-determination is just about language and culture, then it's not about race, because your language heritage and your cultural heritage, okay? Now, language can be learned. Culture can be adopted. Okay, so there's nothing about race. So that means any person of any race, as long as they are of the Dutch, Afrikaner, they follow the culture and they speak the language, they should be able to live in Orania and work there. Okay, I didn't say it, it's there. And whatever self-determination goes on there, it has to take in consideration the nation as a whole. Remember it said there? And it has to be determined by national law. You cannot simply make up things. Okay? So, let's see what is culture. Culture refers to the shared beliefs, values, norms, and practices of a group of people that can be learned and adopted. It encompasses everything from the way people live, everything from their traditions and their artistic expressions that can be learned, to their legal systems and technological advancements. Essentially, culture is the way of life of particular people in a group. Anybody can adopt a new way of life. A more detailed breakdown, I have to read fast. Shared values and belief. Culture is built upon shared understandings of what is important, what is right or wrong, and how the world works. Can be learned. Social behavior in institutions. Culture shapes how people interact with each other and how societies are organized. Artistic expression. Culture is reflected in art, music, literature, and other forms of artistic expression. Can be learned, can be adopted. Knowledge and technology. Cultural knowledge and technological advancements are passed down through generations and evolve over time. Can also be adopted generationally. Regional and temporal context. Culture is often associated with a specific geographic region or historical period. Okay? Right. For example, so this is about Malaysia. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, culture is influenced by a mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous traditions, leading to a rich tapestry of languages, religions, customs, and cuisines. This diversity is reflected in various festivals, artistic expression, and historical sites. Okay? So culture can be adopted and learned. Nothing about race. Okay? Culture and religion. So, culture and... and I'm wasting time. Culture and... language. Okay, so what is national law? National law refers to the body of laws that a country or nation state uses to govern itself and its citizens. It encompasses all the rules, statutes, and regulations that are binding within a specific jurisdiction, such as a country or state, and is enforced by its government. So our constitution. Domestic law. Examples of national law. So there's domestic law. We don't need to read about that because that's not about Orania. Sovereign authority. The laws are prescribed and enforced by the supreme governing authority of a state, like a legislature or government. Binding rules. These laws create binding rules and regulations that apply to all people and entities within the jurisdiction. Okay? Enforcement. The government has the power to enforce these laws through its legal system, including courts and law enforcement agencies. Examples of national law. National law includes things like criminal laws, contract laws, property laws, constitutional laws, and many others. So, can you see the picture there? Self-determination, it is about language and culture, which can be adopted. It says nothing about you must be a certain race. Then, although you have this self-determination, it has to be determined by our national law, which means they still have to abide by the national law. And also within the context of the entire population. So if it is detrimental to the entire population, you cannot self-determinate. Or if there's something in your self-determination or in your culture that is against the national law. Like example, if Muslims wanted to establish an Islamic state and they put Sharia law in, especially the hudud laws and the law of qisas, which is the laws where they cut your hands off and stone you and all that, that will not be allowed because our national law will override that. You understand? Right. So, what is the other thing? Because I still got some time. So I already said that. I said about the national law. And in here, it says things like criminal law, contract laws, property laws. So property laws, I've already done a video about the property laws, about where they're going wrong with the property laws, right? Being a share block, under share block scheme, the company is a share block company, where they have businesses with actual business licenses, and under our national law and our constitution, our business licenses, we have acts for businesses, and under those acts, you cannot racially discriminate. So, please do not come and talk to me about this, Section 235, because done and dusted, I've already spoken about it here. Okay, so I know I spoke very fast. I hope everybody gets this. If you really don't get it, let me know, because we can actually then do a live stream where we go through everything more slowly and you can ask questions, etc., etc. Okay.